Do you own the content created by AI? And if not, can someone just steal it and use it as their own? This is a major topic that has everyone scratching their heads. As a business lawyer, an AI user myself, and lover of it, I get asked the question on a daily basis. With the rise of AI and machine learning, computers are creating more and more content, from music to art to written content. But when an AI creates something, who can claim ownership of it? Is it the person who wrote the AI program, the company that owns the program the AI runs on, the user inputting the data, the AI itself? Or what if the content isn't owned by anyone? What if I told you that a monkey, a camera, and a famous selfie could help us answer the question? More on that later. For now, let's dive in. In this video, we're going to cover why ownership of content matters, why AI content is different, how ownership is determined by the AI program itself, the content creators, and those that fed the AI their content, and most importantly, the law. And a bonus, if you stick around till the end, I'll show you the critical steps you need to take today to protect your AI content. It may seem like a silly question, but why does content ownership matter? Well, because if creators couldn't own and protect the content from others stealing it, why would creators produce more content? If the content created by AI couldn't be owned and protected, why would anyone use it? When most people think of the term ownership, they think of possession. It's theirs. They can do whatever they want with it, right? They can sell it, they can trade it, they can do whatever they want with it. Within reason, of course. However, the ownership can mean various things. It can be partial ownership to the exclusion of others. It can be full ownership to the exclusion of others. It can mean full rights to do whatever you want with it, or it could be limited to specific rights. And the list goes on and on and on. Ownership is defined in different ways depending upon the context and how we define it, whether it's by contract or law. Let's see how the law defines it first. In comes copyright law, which allows authors of original works to own the content they produce, reproduce it, make revisions, distribute copies, and display it in the public to the exclusion of others. That's the boring legal definition. In reality, it really just means you as the author can control what happens with the content. Nobody else can. Okay, perfect. If the law says this, then don't I as the creator of content generated by AI have these rights? Not necessarily. AI may be a different animal and may not fit within this copyright protection, as we'll see soon. We have always used aids to produce content, from the printing press, to pencils, to software, to computers, to the internet. So why is AI different? Well, one reason is today, technology moves quicker and quicker. In the past, we weren't concerned as much with ownership and protection. Inventions didn't need a lot of protections when they were so complicated, and it took years and years to build one. I doubt the inventor of the alarm clock in ancient Greece, yeah, I know, the alarm clock's that old, I was kind of shocked too. But I doubt that they thought to protect their intellectual property because they would have been super excited if anyone else in the world would have thought to or been capable of creating it. Software didn't need to be protected until computers were mass-produced. Books didn't need to be copyrighted until they could be mass-produced as well and were commercially viable. Over time, the capabilities of others rose and our intellectual property became more valuable and valuable because progress moved faster and faster with each generation. In comes AI, which is likely going to move the tech faster than we have ever seen before. Technology is always changing and the laws usually lag behind as they're reacted to innovation. The lag with AI may be the longest we've seen so far. Why? Because AI might not just be another tool like the computer, internet, and pencil, but more of an application, applying a ton of value and available information to produce some specific output with very little input on the part of the user. The funny thing is, copyright law was literally designed to promote the progress of science and arts by giving people an incentive to create and share their work with the public. The belief was that this incentive would lead to the creation of more and better works that would ultimately benefit the society as a whole. With the use of AI, we can now create and share our work with the public light years faster, almost in real time. So the question is, will copyright law honor its purpose or have the reverse effect, lag too far behind, actually slowing the creation of original content and ultimately putting an end to AI? More to come on that. All right, I know what you're thinking. Thanks for the history lesson, but what does all this mean? How does this help us determine who owns the content and where's this monkey that you mentioned? Well, if you subscribe below, I'll show you a sneak peek of the monkey. Here it is. Thanks for subscribing for the monkey selfie. Here's what it means. We need to dive deeper into how ownership is defined through contract and law. Most AI programs will provide the user with full ownership rights to the content generated from AI. ChatGPT, for example, provides this type of ownership. This is a contract between the AI and the end user itself. Cool, thanks ChatGPT. I appreciate it. But what are you really giving me? What if the law says AI doesn't own the content? then ChatGPT can't transfer any ownership. Other AI programs may use open source software or data, and the output may be subject to some type of license for use by us as the end user. This is also a contract between the AI and the end user. Again, what is actually being transferred? Companies and programmers can create these types of contracts that clearly define the rights of the AI and the end user, but without clear laws, these contracts may not even be legally binding. So what are those laws in January 2023? Well, remember what copyright law protects? Authors of original content. So we need to look at what is meant by author and what is meant by original content. Let's start with the author first. Traditionally, authorship of content was determined by the person who created it, which makes sense. But what happens when a machine is the creator or co-creator? Well, maybe a monkey can finally help us with this one. We're talking about the now infamous monkey selfie case, where a monkey named Naruto took a selfie with a photographer's camera and the image went viral. Now, we're not talking about just any monkey selfie here. This is a work of art. It's got the perfect angle, the perfect lighting, and the perfect amount of, oh, I'm better than you attitude. It's kind of brilliant. The photographer then took the photo and published it in this book that he owns, or he says he owns, and PETA actually sued the photographer on behalf of the monkey, claiming copyright infringement, claiming the monkey owned the rights to the photos. The question at the heart of this case was who owned the rights to the photo? Was it the monkey or the photographer? Up to that point, copyright law was clear that it only protected human authors. Why? Because it was based on the idea that creative works were the product of human creativity, effort, and skill. Because copyright law only protected what it called the fruits of intellectual labor that are founded in the creative powers of the mind. The thinking was that only humans could produce this. Now, I don't know about you, but I think monkeys are extremely smart and fall within this protection. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. More to come on this answer later. Maybe a young artist can help us. In September 2022, Chris Castanova was actually granted a copyright for her comic book Zarya of the Dawn, which was created with the help of Midjourney. It's another AI tool for art creation. This was the first time the Copyright Office granted an application for an AI work. However, soon after, the Copyright Office realized they made a mistake and did the unthinkable. They pulled the copyright. This is still ongoing. More on that hopefully later. Well, this is great. So far, depending upon the monkey selfie case, we know that in order to own and protect content, the author has to be human. It's unclear where a machine or AI fits into this puzzle just yet. Assuming we get past the human author issue, the content created with AI has to be original. AI-generated content often includes elements from pre-existing content, such as images or text, which raises questions about originality and whether bits and pieces were just taken from other authors. What if I wrote this script using AI, for example, and simply typed in, write me a YouTube script about ownership of AI-generated content? Would I own that script using it as is? Would it be original? What if I wanted to make a painting and simply told the AI to create a painting using Monet style? Would that be original? Or what if I created marketing content and simply told the AI to create a landing page using Russell Brunson's framework and .com secrets? Would that be original? Or even yet, what if I created a product description and simply told the AI to create a product description for a sneaker similar to Nike's Air Max? Would this be original? In the AI world, this is a tough issue because not all AI programs work the same. So before you get started, it's key to understand how the AI program you are using works. Where the AI has literally fed copies of content to recreate it, and we allow the AI to produce the content as is instead of using the AI as just a tool, this would likely not be considered original content. If I let the output as is on my YouTube script, that would likely not be original. However, if I inputted different prompts, asking questions, adding feedback, and adding creative touch until the content was transformed, giving it new meaning and new insights, this may be enough. This is where the lines will be drawn going forward. How much, what type of, and who controls the inputs and prompts. Think about it. One day, we might even be controlling a robot sitting at a desk typing inputs into an AI program. Then what? It'll be interesting to see what happens with scenarios like this, cases like Castanova, and copyrights of AI created work going forward, and how long the law will actually lag behind. So what did happen with our monkey friend Naruto? Well, the court sided with the photographer. Naruto was not a human author, obviously, and they stuck with their guns. So poor Naruto and poor us. For us, this means how we use AI will be vital going forward. Well, how do we protect ourselves in all this unknown area? Here's how. Number one, as more and more people use AI, the outputs become more and more similar, meaning it will be crucial to be more and more creative with the inputs and prompts. Number two, AI users should document the creative process when selecting and inputting the content. It's important to have a clear understanding of that creative process you use to show use of the AI is just a tool. Number three, it will be important to take your final output and do a thorough search to make sure your content is truly original. If there's another similar piece of content avoid using yours as is. We want to avoid infringement on the original work created by others. Number 4, as ownership of the content is up in the air, we want to make sure the AI program provides assignment of the ownership rights of the content to us, similar to what ChatGPT does today. That is, if in the future the AI programmers or the AI itself holds the ownership of the rights to the content, in the eyes of the law, will be protected. One thing's for sure, the creators of the AI programs and the users of the AI programs should be on the same side when it comes to be able to protect and copyright the AI generated content. If the content can't be protected, the use of AI as we know it may be over. Or will it? And what about all the artists and authors that created the original content used by AI? Are they left holding the bag? For more on where I think the topic of ownership of AI generated content is going, check out this next video. Who knows, I may even have a special guest appearance from Naruto himself, giving us his take on the whole ordeal.